But the Giants fans out there on both sides, right? And I hate to sound like a politician here, but on both sides, because a lot of you are saying, well, Bruce Bochy, he got forced out, yada, yada, yada. He is a championship coach. How could he be forced out? How could Farhan and the band force him out? Stop it. That side, please stop. All right. Because Bruce Bochy, he had some health issues. It is well documented. He wanted to spend time with family. And look, some people take sabbaticals. And bringing in Farhan, the Giants, did they technically force him out? No. But bringing in Farhan, they made a decision. Bruce Bochy and Farhan would never have worked. He does not want a platoon. Yeah. He is an old guy. He just wants to drink a bud. He gave, just like that old, what was it on Showtime, that Giants special show where he pulls Brandon Belt up to the bigs and Brandon Belt starts crying. He says, do you want a beer or something? That's the type of guy Bruce Bochy is, okay? He's not trying to platoon here and play one guy here.
Openers.
He didn't want to do it. So did they force him out? No, I don't believe so. But did they put him in a position that they knew he would not like? I do believe so. And they stunk. Mm-hmm. But before they left, the Giants stunk. So that side, you need to relax. And the other side of this, the other side that believes that he wasn't forced out, very similar to me. Whether you're right or wrong, I don't know. We'll never know. Apparently, he was asked by Alex Pavlovich, but then you have Brian Sabian, who talked to Larry Krueger, who was on our airwaves earlier this week, saying that he was or he wasn't. We don't know, and just move on. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. The bottom line to me is this. What do you think the Giants' record would be with Bruce Bochy as a coach of this roster?
Not much better.
Unless you think that the Giants would be celebrating a World Series this year, I don't want to hear about it because none of those rosters win a World Series with Bruce Bochy.
No, not as Jock Peterson is your highest paid.
Come on, man.
No, that's not happening. I mean, there's no manager in the world that can manage their way through that. I mean, we've seen Bruce Bochy, especially with that Giants team, pull off some miracles. Mm-hmm. That's a whole lot more than a miracle to make this current Giants roster or this past current Giants roster into a championship team. That's insane.
So it's just enough. Enough is enough. You guys are fighting each other. You're in my mentions as well because I had some things to say. And really, I wasn't because, my guy Bonte Hill over in the Bay, because he said he was on the side of, and he's doing this while he's doing Warriors postgame, by the way, which is just incredible. He's getting people riled up because he believes that Bochy was pushed out. Yeah. And the gatekeeping that happens with Giants fans, I want to say specifically on Twitter, and I told you before the show, I'm not saying X anymore. Yeah. It's just too hard. I don't feel comfortable.
We all know what you're saying.
Until somebody tells me otherwise, I'm going to say Twitter. And, I didn't even agree with what Bonte said, but it's the way that Giants fans and baseball fans in general like to gatekeep their sport, and they don't want anybody to talk about their sport unless they're all in. I'm sorry, Mr. Giants fan, for the last 30 years that I don't know every arbitration rule. Yeah. Does that mean I can't tell you that I think Mike Yastrzemski's washed? Does that mean that I can't tell you that Austin Slater needs to not get any more at-bats for the Giants? I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Stop it. Just stop.
I ain't got nothing to say, man. You're killing it. This is all you. This is your
I've just
segment.
Been waiting. I've been waiting for this. Because it's the way that they talk to individuals and they like to, they don't know about this. And if you really look at the analytics, and it started with Brandon Belt. Yep. That was the first guy.
Brandon Belt's
if you look at advanced analytics, players, I don't care. No. I don't care. And we don't have to agree. Mm-hmm. But don't tell me that I'm a bad fan or that I can't talk Giants, right? Or I don't quote unquote know ball. Because all you do is follow the Giants. You think that you're keeping the sport pure, and all you're doing is holding other people out, and eventually you can have your sport by itself because it's going to drop under NHL. It's going to drop. I hope not. It's going to drop under these other sports if you continue to make people feel stupid for having opinions just because they don't eat, sleep, and breathe baseball. And this is coming from someone that does eat, sleep, and breathe baseball, all right? So be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Got to get to a break. When we get back, we're talking Debo, Salz and Watkins, Sactown Sports.
How about that?